know that skipping SPF even once can cause long-term skin damage? And no, makeup with SPF is definitely not enough. In today's video, we will dive right in and learn why SPF is your best friend, how to choose the correct SPF, what are the differences between a mineral SPF and a chemical SPF, and I'm promising you that your future self will thank you. Why is SPF non-negotiable? Well, the sun emits UVA and UVB. I'm sure you already heard about these rays, UVA and UVB. Both cause skin damage. Not only one of them, both are. UVA leads to premature aging, wrinkles, sunspots, and things like that. And UVB causes sunburns and increases the risk to skin cancer. So, fact, up to 90% of visible skin aging comes from sun exposure. That's not me, that's been researched. Think that you don't need SPF on cloudy days? Then think again. UV rays can penetrate through clouds and through windows, so daily sunscreen is a must. So how to choose the correct SPF? Well, first of all, the SPF number matters. The higher the SPF, the better protection you get. SPF 30 will block 97% of UVB rays, while SPF 50 blocks 98%. So the higher the number, the better. Dermatologists recommend the minimum of 30. I recommend the minimum of 50, but that's just me. Broad spectrum is key. Always look for the ones that said broad spectrum on them, because then they cover both UVA and UVB. Now, water resistance is also important if you are going to the pool or the beach or you're going to sweat. So water resistance is also very important. Now, the big topic. Mineral SPF or chemical SPF? Which one is better? So what to choose, a mineral SPF or a chemical SPF? Let's just learn about the active ingredients in each one. The active ingredients in mineral SPF are zinc oxide and or titanium dioxide. Chemical SPF uses synthetic compounds like, well, I'm going to write it down on the screen. How do they work? First of all, mineral SPF. Mineral SPF sits on the top of our skin as a shield. It reflects and scatters UVA rays. Chemical SPF is chemically, it's absorbing the UVA. What am I doing with my hands? I don't know. It absorbs UV radiation and converts it into heat and then releases it from the skin. So each and every one of them is acting differently. Next thing to point is skin sensitivity. Mineral SPF is good for people who have sensitive skin. It's less likely to cause irritation and makes it ideal for people with sensitive skin and those that are prone to rosacea or eczema. Chemical sunscreen most likely to cause irritation or allergies, especially for sensitive skin. So if you have sensitive skin, then mineral SPF is definitely for you. White cast. Mineral SPF has usually white cast. It can leave white cast, especially on deeper skin tones. And of course, if it's tinted, then maybe it will not. So it really depends on the specific brand of mineral sunscreen. But know that mineral sunscreen can cause white cast. Chemical sunscreen usually blends easier and usually do not have white cast. Usually. Another thing to know that mineral SPF protects you from the second you apply it. in chemical sunscreen, you have to wait between 15 to 30 minutes before exposure to the sun, so it will have time to start working. So if you just went out of the house, I do prefer that you will apply mineral SPF, because it will protect you from the first second, and again, chemical will not do that. You have to wait. Now, water resistant, sweat resistant. Usually mineral SPF tends to wash off. That's usually, unless it said so on the packaging. I have a sunscreen that doesn't wash off, and it is mineral. Chemical sunscreen, most of them are water resistant, sweat resistant, just because of the way that they are built and designed, and like we talked at the beginning, they absorb the heat. They absorb the heat because they are kind of getting into our bloodstream, and mineral sits on top of it. What are the common mistakes when applying SPF? First of all, not applying enough. And this is why I have nothing on, because I want to show you how much is enough. I'm using this one. This is a mineral sunscreen. I hope you can see that. Let's wait for it to zoom in. Yeah. Okay, we need a nickel size amount for our face. So I have a spoon here. We're going to see, I didn't say the name, this is Force Shield Super Light Sunscreen Broad Spectrum SPF 30. This one has a green tint to it. You're going to see this in a minute, and it is a mineral sunscreen. Let's just put on the spoon. This is basically, let's just, okay, not do that. Move that around so it will be flat like this. So this is the amount that we need for our face. This is a teaspoon. This is a lot. I'm going to apply it on my face, and you're going to see why I think this is a lot. But this is the amount we need. Nickel size amount is equivalent to this teaspoon. I don't have a nickel here, but it's roughly, well, nickel is smaller, yeah, but I don't think I want to put something on a nickel, and I still have more on my spoon. So we're not applying enough SPF. We need to apply a lot of SPF. Another mistake is not applying SPF on our eyelids. Yes, you are correct. If you said eyelid, you are correct. Most of us do not apply sunscreen on our face, on our eyelids. Another mistake is that we do not reapply. And I can get it. And look how much, I still have more. Now, if I will finish this, I'll be honest with you, I don't apply that much SPF. Yep, that's too much. It really is a lot. But I do apply it on my eyelids and my under eye area, all over my face. Now this one has a tint to it. It's a mineral SPF and it has a tint. It's a green tint, as you saw. And I know it's just 30, and I said that I recommend 50. I do. But I really wanted to try this one because I heard so many people talk good thing about it. Now, another mistake is forgetting to reapply. We have to reapply every 2 hours. Now, if we have a face full of makeup, how can we reapply? That's a conundrum. We have SPF for our face in sprays, but they're usually, I forgot to bring it, but it goes into your mouth and it is horrendous. Horrendous, disgusting, and I don't really like it. So I'm still trying to find how to reapply my SPF on my makeup. So if you have a recommendation, something you tried and worked, then write it down in the comment section down below and I will share it with everyone else. But reapplying our SPF every 2 hours is crucial. Another thing is usually people ignore their neck and décolletage. Why? These are the first things that age. I already did that. Okay, I already applied here because, you know, I knew I'm coming in front of the camera and I'm not going to, yeah, it's not appropriate. But I already did here. I left my face to do on camera. But if you're neglecting your neck and décolletage, then you can't be surprised if the first place that you will see aging will be here on your neck and décolletage, and these areas are aging fast. Studies show that these areas are the ones that are aging the fastest of them all. Another thing I want to talk about is how to apply your foundation over your SPF. That's really important as well, and I want to show you. I'm just taking this one from Clinique. I'm trying to finish it, not with a lot of success. So first of all, I'm going to take my little and beloved spoon because there's still a lot inside, but the pumper reaches until here, and everything down you have to dig in and get more. There's a lot more inside. The pump that just doesn't want to pump it out, which is very, very annoying. But we're talking about SPF, not about my annoying foundation, right? I just wish that companies will make the pump longer. That's all I'm saying right now. Now, because I already have my SPF, it is important to take our sponge. I do recommend working with a sponge, and I'll show you why. I put everything here on the back of my hand. I'm just absorbing the SPF that's on my hand on the sponge. And now when I apply it, I press it. I press it, and I do not swirl or wipe or do anything like that. If I need, I will add more, but I'm just tapping. I'm not swirling. I'm not, if I would have used a brush, think about that. If I'm using a brush, I will not do that. I will drag it down, and when I drag it down, the makeup, the foundation, with the brush, then I'm taking off the SPF. So I do recommend using a sponge. I know a sponge absorbs a lot of the foundation. I know that. But in order for us to be safe and protected, protected from the sun, we don't have a choice. We have to apply, well, I recommend applying it like that. You do what you do. This is my recommendation to you. Just tap it like that all over your face. If you're using a concealer, then do the same with the concealer, and I will show it to you just in a minute. I'm using this one from IT Cosmetics as my concealer. It's called the Color Correcting Full Coverage Cream. Again, I'm taking a tiny bit. Well, not again. Why again? Not again. Just taking a tiny bit. This is too much. Applying it here and working with my finger all the way here, and I'm doing it with my finger, and then I will take my sponge because I want it to absorb the leftovers. This is way too much. This is why I hardly use this one, just because it disperses too much product. Don't like the packaging on it. I think it should have been in a packaging like this with a wand. It would be much better and it would be easier to control the amount. And I'm just taking my sponge and dumping it. Dumping it? Okay, not the correct word. I'm not dumping anything, I'm just tapping. Okay, I'm making myself laugh, which is fun. I'm just tapping, not applying with my brush, because if I apply with my brush, I'm taking all the SPF off. Now I look weird, I don't have any eyebrows. Let me just put some eyebrows. Where is my Sephora collection? Here we are. Let's just bring back the eyebrows because I feel a bit naked here without the brows. I did already apply it, if I forgot to say at the beginning of the video, because I wanted to talk about the SPF, that I already applied my serum, my eye cream, my regular moisturizer, and I applied my SPF on my neck and décolletage back home in a figure of speech. I already did that, so I did not do my brows because I like doing my brows after my foundation and not before. So now we have brows. Whew, we have brows. Brows are in the house and I look so pale. Okay, I'll do the rest of my makeup. I'm just using this bronzer from Catrice and I want to wrap things up. Please use SPF all the time. 365 days a year. Use SPF. It doesn't matter if it's raining or if it's cloudy or if you are in the snow, for God's sakes. Use SPF. You know what? In the snow you have to wear more SPF because the snow is white and it's reflecting the sun and it's even worse. So definitely when you are in the snow, cloudy, rainy, whatever, 365 days a year, even if you are just sitting at home, as long as you have windows at home or in your job or whatever, then the UV was cut off, but wear SPF every day, even if you're not leaving the house, even if you're just going to work. Every day, 365 days a year, wear SPF. One day without SPF can cause long-term damage. Don't forget it. I said it at the beginning and saying it again near the end because I want you to remember it. Please wear SPF. Now, if you are deciding between a chemical and a mineral, we talked about the differences. We talked about the fact that mineral SPF sits on top of the skin. Chemical SPF is absorbed to the skin. If you're sensitive or you have some kind of irritation on your face, then it's recommended to use a mineral SPF. Chemical SPF usually cause irritation for people with sensitive skin, but of course you have to test if you buy a new SPF, do test it in a place that is not so visible before you try it all over your face, because maybe there is something that you're allergic to in the ingredients list, and it's better to be safe than sorry. That's my recommendation. And as I said, apply SPF on your eyelids. Don't forget that. Your eyelids are very important. What did I do to my nose here? It feels like I touched it. I did not apply primer because I applied a lot of SPF and primer would have ruined everything. So I skipped primer like I normally do. This is why it's so hard for me to finish primers. I don't use primers every day. I just use this one from e.l.f. This is their Cream Glide Lip Liner in the shade, I have the shade name here, Pinky Swear. It doesn't say anything on the packaging. I really don't understand why. I'm taking this one again from We and blotting it. I like the combination. Oh, this one is so fun. It's like a jello, like a marshmallow, bouncy, cute. I used it on my cheeks and on my lips. This is a duo. This is the shade BFF. This is a very beautiful shade. I really like it. Okay, I am a bit scattered all over the place. I just put some highlighter. Let me just do that. I'm just using this one from Beauty Bay. Okay, now that we learn how crucial it is to apply SPF, drop a comment down below and let me know if you apply SPF every day. Let me know if you learned something from this video. Do you want me to make a follow-up video? Maybe you have other questions that I did not answer. Then write them down and I will do a follow-up video. What do you think about my hair? Do you like it? One of you called out and said that my hair doesn't look that good, so I straightened it, I blow dried it. I think it looks gorgeous now. So let me know what you think about my hair. Think I applied too much blush, yeah, and too much highlighter, but that's okay. I don't really mind. So let me know what is your go-to sunscreen. Do you have one you can recommend to me? Do you have a recommendation about reapplying your SPF on top of your makeup? If you do, then please let me know. I will share it with everyone else. And if you haven't done that already, then please like this video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, join my family here on YouTube. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything, and it helps me out to know what you like and if you want to see more content from me. So like this video, share, send it to someone that needs a bit more reassurance and someone to make them put SPF on. I know it's hard, it's really hard, and it's another step that maybe we don't have time for, but this is the most important step of them all. Prepping our skin before makeup is not complete without SPF. Okay, with that said, I will catch you all in my next video. Bye.